Hello everybody, welcome back to the World of Sparta. I'm your slightly daft host, Rorschach. Thanks for clicking on the video, really appreciate it. Okay, so Savage Avengers issue number 1, let's get straight into the review. What you get in here is Conan the Barbarian versus Wolverine. I don't know why they didn't make more of that in the build-ups to this comic book, in the marketing of the book. It wasn't mentioned. I don't know why anybody hasn't mentioned it, and I also don't know why the front cover hasn't got Wolverine facing off against the Cimmerian, like, you know, on either side, just so you know what you're going to get in this book. Because let's face it, who would not want to buy a comic book which is mainly about Conan the Barbarian having a one-on-one fight with Wolverine? It's a big old chunky book, but I'd say about maybe 1/3 of it is the fight between these two characters, and it's a very awesome fight with decent artwork. There's a frenetic pace and movement to the art here. You always feel like everything's in motion. It's very, very exciting. Here we go. So Wolverine versus Conan the Barbarian. If that's what you want in the comic book, buy this one. You're going to enjoy it. So the writer is Jerry Duggan. Jerry Duggan is writing the regular Conan book. That's actually 2, isn't it? The other one's written by Jason Aaron. And Conan the Barbarian in Marvel today. So what is he like? He's been in these books for a few months now, hasn't he, Conan? But it's just like the old version of Conan the Barbarian. He's all about fighting wizards and getting treasure and going on adventures and that kind of thing. But there's just one thing missing. And the one thing missing from the modern Conan is well, his sex drive, basically. He's not interested in the ladies anymore. And that's probably because of the influence of the Me Too movement over the last couple of years. I guess they're just too scared to show an alpha male interested in ladies and ladies interested in an alpha male. That's actually been a problem over the last couple of weeks with the Darth Vader book, which Dennis hopelessly lost in the world of leftism, got himself in big trouble for, because he portrayed a young lady as lusting after a man higher up the social totem pole than herself, Darth Vader. Ladies are very hypergamous. They like guys with a lot of status. Why would she not, be lusting and fantasizing about Darth Vader? Well, yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it, in the real world? But you do that in comic books, and you got all the fangirls on Twitter coming after you. That's why you get characters like Mary Sue Ray in the Star Wars movie today, because there's this great fear on the left of upsetting the ladies, and because in terms of the corporate world today, you have to basically appease the ladies. You have to appeal to the ladies, because ladies buy most of the stuff. So if you upset the ladies, the corporations are not happy. So the modern version of Conan the Barbarian is not lusting after the ladies. He's not rescuing the ladies. He hasn't got a girlfriend most of the time. He's just hanging around with his mates in the forest or whatever, and he's fighting demons and monsters, and that's what he's doing in this book. But in this book, he's fighting Wolverine, and it's kind of cool. Okay, so the story is set in the Savage Land. We've got a decapitation obsessed cult. I'm not going to say anything about that. I live in the UK. The hate law thing that you have on the internet now, on Facebook and YouTube and Google, Twitter, everywhere, where you can get booted off the platforms for saying hateful things about especially privileged groups. Okay, you get kicked off YouTube, you get kicked off Facebook. It's very, very sad. You haven't got a Twitter account anymore. But in the UK, if you say certain things about certain groups, you can get arrested. I do not want to be sharing a prison cell with Julian Assange. So you can imagine what's going through my mind when I see something like that, but I just can't say it. Can't say it. I'm not going to say it. So let's move on. So the story is that we got a blood cult. Okay, they're chopping people's heads off there. He's an opera singer, by the way. They're kidnapping high status males from all over the world. Conan the Barbarian is roaming around. He's fighting ninjas. He comes across Wolverine. This is awesome. This is awesome. Do wrestling fans still do that? It's kind of cringy, but this is kind of awesome. If I can take myself back 30 odd years to when I was a kid, if I saw this in the comic book, Conan the Barbarian fighting against Wolverine, I'd be extremely happy. This would really make my year. It'd be the most awesome thing that I've ever seen. All the kids in school would be talking about it, and I definitely want to buy this book. I want to be the first one to have this book and like hand it around the playgrounds, just to I don't know, show how cool I am. So this is great. I'm not going to tell you who wins the fight, buy the book. It's a big old fight. It's a big old meaty fight. It's kind of cool. I like it. Okay, so I'm not treating the story like it's got any depth that it obviously doesn't really have. You know that the good guys here, and Punisher hasn't shown up yet. He makes an appearance at the end of the book. You know that they're not going to have too much trouble with this blood cult in the Savage Lands, really, are they? But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun ride to see Conan the Barbarian interact next, I guess, with the Punisher. That's going to be cool. And it's that Venom as well. So it's going to be fun, is Savage Avengers. And isn't that really what we want from comic books at the end of the day? For them to be cool and fun? I think so. So Savage Avengers gets the Rorschach thumbs up. Nice one, Jerry Duggan. Good stuff here. I just didn't understand why it wasn't, marketed more as Mr. Wolverine versus Mr. Barbarian, because then I'm sure it would have been flying off the shelf. So hopefully people watch this video. I'll title it something like Wolverine versus Conan, just so people understand what they can get here. Check out the book. I think you'll like it. It'll take you back to your childhood, and perhaps even remind you of why you started reading these comic books in the first place. So good stuff. Good, simple, action-based stuff from Marvel Comics. Oh, wow. Amazing. And it's actually worth the $4.99. It's a pretty meaty book. Okay. That's it then. Quite a short review there. Thanks for checking it out. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you'd be so kind. Cheers, everyone. Take care. I'll catch you all later.